Just when we thought the dust was settling from the catastrophic tornado that ripped through our favorite town, a completely different kind of storm is brewing, and this one is entirely man-made. We are looking at a web of lies, deceit, and impending murder that is about to blow the roof off the Red Market storyline. The sheer audacity of these characters is leaving me breathless, and if the clues we are seeing right now play out the way I think they will, we are about to witness one of the most chilling, cold-blooded executions in the history of daytime television. Grab onto your seats, because the secrets surrounding Dr. Leah Whitmore, Lynette Wise, and the terrifying return of the Impaler are about to explode in our faces. Let us start with Bradley Smitty Smith, our relentless investigative journalist who is always chasing the next Pulitzer-worthy scoop. Smitty is currently sinking his teeth into the Red Market plasma ring scandal, and we all know that when Smitty gets on a story, he does not let go until he hits the bone. Recently, Smitty let it slip that his upcoming expose will focus heavily on Dr. Leah Whitmore and the mysteriously vanished Lynette Wise. Now, any normal person would just take this as a journalist doing his due diligence, but Haley Hamilton is not a normal person. She is a calculating, diabolical mastermind who sees every piece of information as a weapon to be wielded. When Smitty mentioned Leah and Lynette, I could practically see the gears turning in Haley's wicked mind. She instantly seized this golden opportunity to manipulate the narrative. Haley brilliantly and wickedly planted the seed in Smitty's head that Dr. Leah Whitmore is the one responsible for Lynette's disappearance. Think about the sheer genius of this manipulative move. Haley is actively throwing Smitty off her own scent, completely misdirecting his investigation, and simultaneously shielding her cousin, Randy Parker, from any impending legal trouble. We all know Randy has been sweating bullets, terrified that his involvement in the shady underbelly of Fairmont Crest is going to catch up with him. Haley telling Randy that he dodged a bullet thanks to Lynette is one of the most loaded statements of the season. But will Smitty, a seasoned reporter, actually fall for Haley's venomous lies, or is he playing a long game of his own? Speaking of Randy, you have to wonder how long he can survive in this high-stakes game before his luck runs out. Haley is using him as a pawn, and while he feels a momentary sense of relief that Leah is taking the fall for Lynette's disappearance, he is dancing with the devil. Haley is currently poisoning her husband, Bill Hamilton, with a toxic green smoothie, pushing him to the brink of a massive medical crisis just to collect his life insurance. If she is willing to slowly murder her own husband, what makes Randy think she won't throw him to the wolves the second he becomes a liability? Haley is constructing a house of cards, and she is using Leah Whitmore as the foundational scapegoat. But what happens when the scapegoat is suddenly removed from the board entirely? This brings us to the most terrifying wild card in this entire equation, Heather Armstrong. We now know that Joey Armstrong's sister is the elusive, blood-chilling leader of the plasma ring, known only as the Impaler. Heather has announced that she is returning to Fairmont Crest to handle some unfinished business. Now, I have been analyzing every single frame, every single line of dialogue, and I am absolutely convinced that Heather's primary target is none other than Dr. Leah Whitmore. Leah is currently sitting in police custody, waiting to be transferred. She is the ultimate loose end. She knows too much about the Red Market. She knows about the couriers, and most importantly, she knows how the operation was funded. Many fans might think that Heather is returning to stage a daring prison break, a dramatic rescue mission to free her top doctor from the clutches of the law. But let us be brutally honest here. Heather Armstrong does not do rescues. She does executions. I strongly believe that Heather's grand return is not about liberating Leah. It is about silencing her. Heather is going to orchestrate a hit disguised as a breakout. Imagine the sheer horror of that scene. Leah, sitting in the back of a police transport van, thinking that her powerful boss has finally come to save her. She sees the doors open, a smile of relief washes over her face, and then bam, the Impaler strikes. It would be a poetic, brutal, and terrifying end for a doctor who traded her Hippocratic oath for blood money. Does anyone else feel a shiver down their spine just thinking about Heather's ruthless efficiency? If Heather actually murders Leah, the ripple effects across Fairmont Crest will be absolutely catastrophic. Think about what this means for the overarching mystery of Lynette Wise. We know that Lynette scammed Leah out of a massive amount of money. It was the catalyst for so much of the drama we have seen unfold. But if Leah is dead, the truth dies with her. It is the ultimate dead end. No one will ever be able to definitively prove that Leah was lying about the scam, nor will anyone be able to prove that Lynette was truly guilty of the crime she is accused of. The entire narrative will be frozen in time, an unsolved mystery that will haunt the town forever. And who benefits the most from this tragedy? Haley Hamilton. If Leah is murdered by the Impaler, Smitty's investigation hits a brick wall. The police will conclude that the Red Market Syndicate silenced their own doctor, and Haley's planted lie that Leah made Lynette disappear will become the accepted. Haley will walk away completely clean, her hands washed of any involvement in Lynette's fate, and Randy will be safe from it. It is infuriatingly brilliant. Haley is about to win big time, all because a cold-blooded killer decided to clean house. But can Haley really outsmart karma forever, or is she just buying herself borrowed time before her own secrets, including her affair with Bill and her poisoning plot, drag her down to hell? Let us not forget the devastating impact Leah's death would have on Jacob Hawthorne. Jacob is currently consumed by a dark, dangerous obsession with taking down the Impaler. He is drowning in survivor's guilt and trauma after his best friend Derek Baldwin took a bullet meant for him during the warehouse sting. Jacob has been pushing his wife Naomi away, diving deep into an undercover thug persona just to get close to the truth. He is desperate to interrogate Leah during her prison transfer. He needs her to talk. He needs her to give up Heather's location. If Jacob arrives at the transfer only to find Leah's lifeless body, it will completely break him. The one lead he had, the one person who could bring Derek's killers to justice, snatched away right in front. I can already see the agonizing scene. Jacob falling to his knees in the rain, the flashing red and blue sirens reflecting off the pavement as he realizes that the Impaler is always one step ahead. Will this push Jacob over the edge into full-blown vigilantism, or will it finally make him realize that he is playing a game with a monster who has no rules? How much more trauma can the Hawthorne family endure before they completely shatter? And what about Joey Armstrong? Joey is already sweating bullets, dealing with the haunting memory of Doug McBride and the psychological warfare being waged against him by Deanna McBride. He knows exactly how dangerous his sister is. He turned down her offer for a partnership because he knows that Heather leaves nothing but a trail of bodies in her wake. If Heather rolls into town and assassinates a high-profile prisoner like Dr. Whitmore, the police presence in Fairmont Crest is going to quadruple. Chief Elon Hawthorne will tear the town apart looking for the killer. Joey's casino, his legitimate businesses, and his relationship with Vanessa will all be placed under a massive, unforgiving microscope. Heather's actions are going to bring the full weight of the law down on her brother's head. Will Joey be forced to betray his own flesh and blood to save his empire, or will he go down with the sinking ship? The sheer terror of Heather Armstrong cannot be overstated. If she's willing to murder her own top associate just to tie up a loose end, there is absolutely no limit to her depravity. She truly is the real Impaler, a phantom who strikes from the shadows and vanishes without a trace. Her return is going to turn Fairmont Crest into a war zone. I am terrified for Grayson Perez, who was blackmailed into working for the ring. Will Heather view him as a loose end too? What about Ashley Morgan, who is just starting to forgive Grayson and heal from Derek's death? If Heather decides to clean house completely, no one who ever touched the plasma ring is safe. As we look toward the upcoming episodes, the tension is suffocating. We are hurtling toward a massive, bloody climax. Will Smitty uncover the truth about Haley's manipulation before the trail goes cold? Will Jacob reach Leah in time to get the answers he so desperately needs, or will he walk right into a deadly trap set by the Impaler? And if Leah takes her final breath on that cold asphalt, will the ghost of Lynette Wise forever haunt the conscience of those who know the truth? One thing is for absolute certain. The drama in Fairmont Crest is about to reach a boiling point, and I have a feeling that the next episode is going to leave us screaming at our television screen. The secrets are exploding, the villains are winning, and the blood is about to spill.